Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of the Ratliff Mandolins weekly production diary series, and we are taking mandolin number 2 out of the jig where we have glued the fretboard on. The fretboard has been glued on mandolin number 2. Now, mandolin number 2, being a country boy, is not supposed to have binding on the peg head, but it had a neck installed that had the binding job started, and so therefore we're going to finish the binding job. Mandolin number 2 here is going to be offered for sale at a music store in Oklahoma, which I'll give you contact information later. So if you're interested in this mandolin and you buy it, you'll get a mandolin that has a little bit of extra added fancy embellishment that's not standard on a country boy. So after we finish the binding, it's time to clean up the neck profile and sand everything down and get it the way we want it. True the fretboard surface up and sand the radius in and clean out the fret slots, and then the mandolin is ready to go through the fretting process. And after that's taken care of, it is now ready for the final prep before the staining and finishing process. But before I show you that, I'll take a moment to tell you what a crazy week it's been here at Ratliff Mandolins. It's been like working through molasses. Had a lot of distractions. I had a lot of phone calls and an unusually high amount of visitors come in this week. I had some internet issues that took me till after lunch one day just to make sure that my Amazon account had not been hacked. One afternoon, my 80-year-old mother, who lives about 30 miles in that direction, decides she's going to sit out on the porch and read a book with her cats and not answer the telephone while I and my uncle and my brother, we were all trying to get a hold of her and figure out why, make sure she was okay. She finally wandered back in the house and decided it was time to answer the phone. So disaster was averted, but it still took a while. It's turning winter here in Upper East Tennessee. Part of this building is heated with natural gas, but the big room in there is heated with a wood stove. So it was time to clean out a spot, to stack the firewood, drag in the firewood rack. I had to stop and pump up the wheelbarrow tire that had went flat across the course of the summer and fill up that firewood rack one wheelbarrow load at a time. But at least now I am ready to burn the first fire of the winter. In spite of all of those distractions, I did get a chance also to work on mandolin number 5. We're trying to get the fretboard on mandolin number 5, and as such I glued on the fretboard extender. One of the fancier embellishments of an R5 master model is the 15th fret cross pieces, and here's a couple of shots of that being taken care of. Here's a couple of shots of me installing the truss rod and the wood strip that goes over the truss rod. And then when that's all taken care of, it's time to spread the glue and load the mandolin into the gluing jig along with its fretboard and apply the clamping pressure. Now, after it's had time to dry, it's time to take it out of the jig, and we're just going to set it aside until I get a chance to come back and work on it at a later date. So let's now return to mandolin number 2, where we are sanding the thing in preparation to apply the first coats of stain and the finish. After the sanding's taken care of, the handle goes into the end-pin hole, as you've seen in a previous video. The fingerboard is then taped up. The truss rod pocket is taped up as well. And then I apply, with an airbrush, the base coat of medium brown. That is followed by a hand-wiped coat of orange stain. And then a little at a time, the darker browns are applied to the outer edges and the corners and here and there, all the areas that need to be covered to make a traditional sunburst. And then when you're done, it's ready for the tack coat. that will hold all of the stain on while the binding gets cleaned off prior to the application of the clear coats proper. We'll pick up there next week on the next edition of the Ratliff Mandolins Weekly Production Diary Series, and we hope to see you then. Please hit the like and subscribe button and let us know that you're paying attention to what we're doing. And so we'll look for you next week's edition. See you then.